Another one. So soon, too. It's weird. Um, the reason I'm making this is because I don't want to talk to anyone. I really don't. If I feel like this by the time school starts again, because, like, it's the weekend today, it's gonna start in 2 days. I don't think I'm gonna even eat lunch with my friends anymore. I think I'm just gonna, at least for that day, I would just kind of go alone. I don't want to talk to people right now. Um, so I do not feel good today. Yesterday I was perfectly fine. Everything went well, but like the day before that and before that one, not at all. But those ones didn't have much of any reasons. They just kind of happened out of nowhere. I've been feeling horrible all day. I woke up from an absolute nightmare. That's like the scariest one I've had so far because of how simple it is and like kind of realistic that it kind of scares me it could happen. And it's from what I did and it's the consequences of it. It's weird how like very minimally abstract. It was incredibly realistic. I don't even want to describe it. Like, what came of that is that like when I woke up, I was literally like hyperventilating. I just like I don't remember if I said this out loud. Everything was a blur. I was just like half asleep at some point, maybe before this happened. I don't remember it. Maybe a bit after. I don't even know, man. It's a blur. It was like I woke up really going like this. It's not real. It's not real. It's not real. It's not real. Get me out. Get me out. Get me out. Stuff like that. And I sat there for like I just laid there for maybe half an hour until my mind just kind of spiraled into a kind of nothings and just weird things that kind of don't mean anything past that. But but all day I've been feeling like just partially bad physically, but incredibly low mentally. And I swear by like what I've been noticing is that I think because more stuff is happening, the fact that I haven't resolved anything since the other time I was talking about all my stress piling up, it just all together and I just ignore it. I'm pretty sure I did that. I said that a few times before the very last video I made. Um, I think I just keep getting more and more stressed, which is making me more on edge and tensed, which is making the tics worse, which is making me more tense. And so it just keeps going. And my shoulder hurts now because it's for some reason like mostly going here for some reason. I've never had this tic be really that noticeable. I don't know why it's doing that. It's so weird. Like so recently I've been either like so on edge for no reason, unfocused, or incredibly irritable. Like easily agitated incredibly much. This is once again not one of those videos where I'm like going in depth about what's wrong. Kind of like last time. I'm just not saying that. I'm just explaining what's coming of the stress from things I'm not telling you. Um, I don't know why I'm like this though. I find that every once in a while, like I'll just go into a room where no one can see me. I'll literally like go up to a wall and I'm just like, I guess laughing is what I'm doing. It just kind of happens. Like not a lot, but like just a bit where it kind of seems like crying, but it's not because I don't really have something to cry over. I don't know what's going on exactly. I don't know if I talked about the last time I had a panic attack. I don't know if I made a video on that because like just I don't think I've hyperventilated any time before March of this year. At some point during a script reading, because like what I've talked about long ago on this channel, in school we do enrichment in the middle of the day, and so I go to a lot of theater ones. One of them on every Tuesday is a script reading. At some point during a script reading, when all the stuff was piling up, I think it was like the first time I noticed everything piling up so much, and I think I made a video on that. And then it goes away when I try to ignore it, just for it to come back without me remembering what the things are. It was during that week, that second half, and in like the middle of a script reading, I had a panic attack. I think it was like the week after that. One morning, I was randomly tensed, very on edge for some reason, and the perspective on this camera is crazy. Yeah, so I was just sitting in my chair because I don't like, I feel like I've talked about this before. I don't like eating near my family. So instead of eating in the kitchen for breakfast, I go into the living room and I just sit on the armchair and eat my breakfast there. One morning I was so out of it and unfocused, I felt like I was like disassociating. Like I wasn't using my vision, and it was just kind of my thoughts, but I wasn't thinking of my thoughts very much, so they kept spiraling and I wasn't focusing on them, as if I wasn't even controlling them. But at the same time, it was like I was conscious. I could be aware of these things going around and just in my head. It felt weird. Didn't know what was going on. And at some point I started hyperventilating for some reason, and I wasn't sure why. And I didn't know how to really stop it, so I just let it keep going until I just stopped breathing. Then I was like, yeah, that doesn't seem right. I'm gonna try and stop that. So I tried to breathe a bit slowly until it randomly turned into hyperventilation again. So I'm just like, that's not good. Let me just like, I got up for some reason. I don't exactly remember why. I was just like, okay, let me just restart. Or like, I was going into the other room to grab something, who knows. Don't remember. And, I decided, yeah, I'm very stressed. Let me just like, take a deep breath. Breathe it in. And then I breathed out, and apparently there was like still a bit of egg inside my mouth that I hadn't even realized. I was like on the sides. They weren't moving at all. No matter what I did, they would just stay there, I guess. But I breathed out. It went everywhere. And I almost cried right there. Like a week or two ago, I talked about this to my friends. They said it sounds like a panic attack again. I don't know. I'm realizing my thoughts are only harming me internally by the thought that I talked about the whole masochist idea. Just trying to get the attention by showing my stress so that people can at least acknowledge the stress I'm feeling, while also just like and by doing that by like just hoping something bad happens, because my brain keeps telling me that it wants bad things to happen to me. Like that's what it wants. That's what should happen. And I don't know why it does that, but I can't stop it, because like since those are my thoughts, I'm not thinking anything of being that I wrote this down somewhere. I wrote down something about the masochistic mindset. So like a masochist can acknowledge that what they inflict on themselves and what they want inflicted is wrong, almost as if they don't enjoy it. But they're incapable of not enjoying that or thinking of themselves as a masochist, which they already know is very bad, and they shouldn't think of themselves like that because that's not a good thing. Once again, they acknowledge these things are bad, but they just can't think of not wanting it. I don't know why why my brain can't just say, yeah, I don't want to think this stuff, when I know I shouldn't be. And it's just very weird. I hate that like, what? When is? Hold on. 2 weeks I see my shrink. I was supposed to see him in March, but he switched it to April. On the third week of April, I have to see him in 2 weeks. Why so late? I didn't get anything out of him the first time. You act like you're gonna need this much time. I need to see this man, please. I don't even like him, honestly. I started realizing that like, this is just insane how he rescheduled for that far. And he was getting so off topic the first time that like, I don't really. He's not the biggest fan of this guy. I don't really like him. But we're supposed to be going to another building with the same company, corporation, whatever it's called. So I hope I get a different one. One who actually seems to know what they're doing. And I'm gonna ask what happens if I put like tic medication with ADHD medication in case I need that stuff. Because every once in a while I think it could be good if I had that. But you know, that makes tic stronger. So I'm thinking, what if I put them both together? Does that do anything? I'll see. In any case, I desperately need to work this out. This genuinely hurts now because of how much I've done it. My shoulder is so tense now. Especially like my shoulder blade, that really hurts. I've been doing this all day. It is, what, 15 o'clock? So that means that it's like 3. It's 3 o'clock. I've been doing this since, what, like 9 o'clock or something? 10 o'clock? I've been doing this for too long. I don't like it. Have I been saying anything this entire time, or has this just been nothing? Because this feels like way too long. Like, how was this 12 minutes? Almost 13, actually. Let me just end this right here.